Shelly's husband Charles wrote this as her eulogy. Our family wishes to express our gratitude to all of you who have come here today to honor and remember the life of my sweet, loving wife, Shelly. I want to start out by reading this verse, Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. To set the stage, I had graduated high school and worked for 1.5 years at a home center in Colorado. I decided to enlist in the Air Force and had to wait 6 months in the delayed entry program for my job to become available. I was set to go to basic training on January 10th, 1983. God had other plans for my life. I went skiing with my family on New Year's Day and ended up breaking my wrist. I didn't know why at the time, but the Lord did. 2 months after the accident, I met this beautiful, loving, godly woman at a Bible study that I would have never known had I entered the military. We became husband and wife for 41 wonderful years and had 3 loving children and 3+ wonderful grandchildren. What a quiver of arrows that she could lay claim to. To give you an idea of her passion for life, I want to tell you of a couple stories from our youth. The first one is while we were dating in Colorado. She had come over to my house to hang out and watch TV on Friday night. I was tired from work and fell asleep after a bit. Hard to believe, huh? She wanted to spend time with me, not watch me sleep. Got perturbed and left. She drove a '62 Comet that burned oil when you put your foot to the pedal. Needless to say, it looked like the Batmobile laying down a smoke screen leaving my house. I had awakened and went to the front door, followed by my mom, who looked at me and said, "What did you do? Don't mess this up. I like her." The second story is about us as a newly married couple renting the basement of a house in Colorado Springs. The upstairs was rented by another young couple with 2 kids. Shelly had baked chicken for dinner for us, and as I was starting to eat, she asked if I liked it. You young men who are here today, take my advice and don't say what I foolishly said. Yes, it's good, but not quite as good as my mom makes. Big mistake. She snatched that dish off the table, ran upstairs, and offered it to the upstairs family, who accepted the unexpected meal gladly. Yeah, I went hungry that night. Those 2 stories sum up the fact that she had a little bit of fire in her. More importantly, I want to stress that she was a patient, loving wife, mother, daughter, sister, auntie, cousin, niece, friend. She exemplified the Proverbs 31 woman. Proverbs 31:25-31 says this: She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. Shelly loved her friends. She had a few close friends through the years. Her siblings Craig, Cherie, and Dina, who she watched over like a mother hen. Lisa, Chris from high school. Amy Jo in Colorado. Christine when our kids were in school. But I would have to say that her mom, Lorene, was probably her best friend for the entirety of her life. She was her advocate, her cheerleader, her confidant. I can still see in my mind's eye, as if it was yesterday, the 2 of them sitting at the kitchen table with coffee in hand, going over some recipe or article, and just enjoying the time they had together. Shelly loved her family. As you will see in the upcoming slideshow, we spent a lot of time hanging out together, whether it was at my parents' house in Colorado, at the Hogland family compound for the 4th of July celebration, at Craig's for the Christmas holiday season, at Cherie and Willie's on Woodby Island for Pigathlon and Thanksgiving dinner, at Dina's for Easter dinner, at her mom and dad's Linwood house for a long getaway weekend, or a multitude of family vacations where the cousins were able to get together and play while the adults had a pinochle tournament. I want to paint a picture that describes how easygoing she was. We were traveling back to North Dakota with Willie and Cherie around Christmas of 1990. We had the babies, Trent and Steph and James, in the van with us and had crossed the border into North Dakota around midnight and were headed to Grandma's house. Shelly and Cherie reassured us boys that no problem, they knew the way to get there. They did not. We were driving for about an hour or so, and so lost, I think we almost became Canadian citizens. Around 2 a.m. in the morning, we stumbled upon Wild Rose, which is a one-horse town, found a payphone outside of the local bar, and called Grandma's to get directions. This little tidbit is for kids born after 2000. A payphone is an ancient device that used to communicate with each other. It gobbled up any spare change you had, and you weren't even able to take a single photo with it. Oh, did I forget to mention that the van was running on fumes? The girls' response, oh well, they were just happy to be there. Shelly loved the Seattle Mariners. On average, we attended about one game per year at the ballpark. And once, later in life, we were able to attend spring training in Peoria, Arizona. She enjoyed going down to her mom and dad's each day to watch the game, drink a beer, have dinner, and share that time together with them. When each season came to an end, we felt like we were going through withdrawals and always looked forward to the next season so that that it couldn't come fast enough. Our mantra was, just wait till next year when we make it to the World Series. Most importantly of all, Shelly loved the Lord. Shelly didn't complain much, even when she had every reason to according to this world's standards. She lived her life in a soft-spoken manner that was pleasing to the Lord and a testament to his touch on her heart. Her faith in God was an important and central part to her life, and she displayed that living faith in quiet, resolute way that impacted people on a daily basis. We started attending Fairview Bible Church in 1987 and met many wonderful believers that helped shape our life. Marcia, Karen, Bo and Becky, Bruce and Sherry, Rick and Julie, to name a few, that were here when we arrived. Shelly enjoyed doing what she was able to do as an act of worship, such as cutting out papers for the preschool, working in the kitchen at camp with her mom, serving as a deaconess in different roles. 1 Corinthians 15:58 says this, "Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain." Shelly was called home by her Lord and Savior Jesus on Sunday, November 30th, to a new life that is free from the encumbrances and limitations that were part of her everyday life here on earth. She has traded the mortal for the immortal. I want to thank all of you who have shown love to Shelly over the years, especially to those in the last few years that were able to assist in taking care of her. You were so much appreciated by her. For those of you unable to have met her, know that you missed out on meeting a warm, loving, remarkable woman. For those of you that know the Lord, there will be a reunion in heaven with her and the rest of the saints someday. With that, I say in closing, Shelly, I love you. And with all certainty, I will see you again one day.